Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. Just running behind today as usual. What's going on with you?
Just getting started. How so? Everything's good though.
Yeah, just same old morning issues. Welcome everybody to the Commentary Zone Noontime Edition. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up. And if you join us in the live chat, and even for the replay crew, hello, please let us know who you think tipped off Jen. And then if anyone tipped off the feds. Good morning, everyone in the live chat. Hello. Yes. Yes, Stephen. Okay, so let's just say hi to everybody before we get into anything. Stephen, be careful driving. Good morning, Black Lavender. Let's see. Hi, Yanni. Hey, Tracy. I don't understand people wondering who tipped off her. I mean, what? I'm sure they knocked at her door first and they were the ones that told the feds where to find her. How would the feds know how to find? Okay. Yeah, because I actually looked at her phone. I took a snap and I think it says Sharif Shaw. It was very blurry and small, and I'm half blind, but it seems like Sharif called her and she did say, I think she started the call by saying, "Hey babe," or something like that. So he called her and told her to skedaddle. Hey everybody. Hey crazy cat mama. Hey Trey. Okay. Hey Ryan. I'm not sure, but what can I say? Yeah, Lisa is so shady. Lisa is
Lisa was so wrong for
shady.
that because I was looking at her when he was like, "Oh my god, do we need to like call Jen?" And she's like, I wouldn't do that." I was like, "Oh."
Mm-mm.
I'm like, "Wow."
Mm-mm. Detective work, girl. That's pathetic. But thank you. It's whoever was at home. She wanted to run. Oh Lord. Well, okay. So on the docket today, we have the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 2, episode 9. I was driving carpool. Okay. So guys, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to do that so that we can go out into the whatever of YouTube. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, tell a friend, come join us. All right. So where do you want to start?
Oh, so
Ouch.
would you outside of the last scene,
Mhm.
which caught you? Which scene really kind of said like spoke to you? Like, what did you um So for how can I put this? What things
Mhm.
were important? Let me put it that way. I think that's the best way to put it.
The Italiano cooking school was so weirdo.
Such a nut.
with um with everything that happened, like even in the planning of it, Mary's meltdown with Whitney, which I basically feel is because Whitney did not respond to her appropriately or as Mary expected. Um, to Mary's weird Italian talk, um, to her going at Whitney and wanting her to dress like a slut for the event, and then having all these women thinking that they're getting Louis Vuitton aprons when they're not. It was just very weird. Very weird.
Yeah, I mean, why was she? I wonder what's going on to where she's so mad at Whitney. It's weird. I mean, cause you
I
see,
don't
like,
know.
yeah, it's just someone doesn't respond. Like, my for instance, I don't respond for a couple of days. I'm like, okay, as long as I hear from you eventually, it's fine. But I understand that she's doing a get together, so I get it. But why are you sending this stuff like the day before?
I don't know. I don't know.
That
And
was my thing. You're saying that you're saying this the day before.
it, I think Mary, like that little argument that she had with Whitney, I think Mary, in her role at her church, doesn't expect people to talk back to her.
Somebody else said that. I think it was in the comment section on Instagram.
And so, like, I don't think she knows how to have friends either, because friends talk with each other, they just don't follow directives.
Right,
And
because
I
I
think
think
she was expecting Whitney to just instantly respond, not talk back, say I'm sorry, and the first lady's right.
someone else it was on IG. I'm pretty positive it was IG where they said Mary's used to having control over her son, her husband, her church, so she's not used to people talking back to her, and that's why even though to us it seems like okay this is ridiculous, why are you like acting this way? To her she loses when she spazzes out when she doesn't like have control, but she can't
Mm-hmm.
handle it because she's that's not how it's supposed to go. And we have to remember in the scene with Whitney and Meredith, someone told her they mentioned another person, and they said like Mary thinks she's God and her congregation thinks she's God.
I think Mary is finding out that, because first there was the thing with Lisa, and now there's the thing with Whitney. Jenny, I just feel like she was affronted because she said curse words and again talking down to people. But with Lisa and with Whitney, I feel that Mary is probably suspecting that they're either associating with people that Mary doesn't like and could hear bad things about Mary, or that she's already heard through the grapevine that that they're not really supporting her.
I got you.
You know, I think in Mary's position, she hears a lot.
Mhm.
I think she hears a lot, especially about herself. So I don't know. It's just very weird. Last season we said that we didn't see enough of Mary. Now we're seeing Mary, like she's being forced to come to all of these events. Um, I don't think Mary knows how to play in the playground.
No, it's because she wants things her. It's because she wants things her way.
Well, I think it's because she just doesn't know how to have friends. Mary just seems alone.
That's fair.
She's always in that house by herself. And even when her husband and her son are there, they're basically ignoring her and she's sitting in her closet. That that seems a little odd to me.
It is. I
Yeah.
mean, and then but she likes that control thing. That's what that comment in the I on the IG post really stuck to me. I'm like, that makes sense. It makes sense.
Hmm.
So this is why I can see why she looks uncomfortable around these group of women is because she knows she can't control them.
Yet they're not her parishioners.
Right.
Whoops. Mary has the most ridiculous expectation. Yeah, she does. But then again, like, what do we expect? Like, if you don't know how to have friends and you are the first lady of your church where you're just, you give instructions and they're immediately followed, she doesn't know how to be a friend. This is it. This is the best we gonna get. Sorry.
Yeah. And
She knows
this
how
is
to counsel just barely.
right. That's
Because there
fair.
were some instances where, like when she was counseling Meredith, um,
With
when
Brooks,
she was
yes.
fighting. Yeah, I thought that that was pretty good. And
It
there
was
was one
good.
other person she counseled. I can't remember, but there was two times this season where I was like, "Whoa, that actually made sense," and it came out of Mary's mouth. Okay. Um, yes, those women are not her congregation. I think she needs to separate that out and learn
Yes.
how to be in a friend group. Mm, okay.
Now, going on from that part, now, what did you think about that scene with Whitney and Meredith?
Whitney and Mary. Oh, you mean after Whitney had the blow up with
Right.
Mary, they went. Um, that was interesting. Someone on the show in their confessional said, "Who knew Mary was the Mary? Who knew Meredith was the Mary whisperer?" Look, I think Meredith is a born buffer. Like, she doesn't like fighting, period. She doesn't like that interaction, and she wants her friends to get along, and she will try to be an intermediary. If she likes you. If she likes you. If she doesn't, she
Hmm.
just stays quiet. Um, when I think it was Meredith, like, this thing that she heard from Cameron is really itching at her. So I think it was a good opportunity to not only try to intercede between these two women and bring them back together so that they could finish the event, but also to ask Whitney, because she knows Whitney has gone to the church.
Right.
So I
I,
thought it was very interesting with Meredith. I didn't think it resolved any of her questions. I think it made that itch bigger.
exactly. I thought it was a little produced
Mm-hmm.
because if Whitney really wanted to leave and she was that upset, she would have just left, and she didn't. Okay, but they needed to have that moment so they could talk, uh,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. And I didn't think Meredith and Whitney were good friends like that to where Meredith would really just openly ask those questions. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And they were talking. You could just
Mm-hmm.
see Meredith's face fall. I'm like, oof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it seems like Meredith and Mary have been cordial. And I think Meredith appreciates the advice that was given to her and Brooks during that whole situation with Jen.
Right,
And but again, Meredith is one of these people that does not like to be surrounded by questionable individuals
right, agreed.
because she don't want no drama in her life other than Seth. you know um and she protects herself, she protects her brand, she protects her family, her children, like she's a mama bear. And she doesn't want to believe that this, like, these little veiled hints that were given to her could be true of someone that she considers a friend. Oh well. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mary's been in a bubble since she married, by the way. No. Oh Lord, Yanni, really? Yes, Stephen. By the way, not her husband or her son care for her. Damn. Mary trying to punish Whitney with the theme to the cooking class was so childish. It was.
Yeah, that was stupid.
At times I feel like Mary is like emotionally stunted. Like I
But
well,
it
her
tends to
whole thing
happen.
is ridiculous
Sorry,
anyway. No, just go ahead.
it's just but with her situation, with people coddling her and just doing she said, that doesn't work in the real world. That's not the
Mm-hmm.
way it goes. So for her to keep acting this way, it's not really. It is her fault. She should know better. But when people enable you this a whole time, what's to be expected? I mean, this is what you get.
Oh my God, a Oblavi. I watched Black Girl Jan and White Girl Mary whole episode. It was a struggle. Ay ay ay. Let's see. I'm not your employee for you to speak with me that way. But you wouldn't even speak to employees like that. It's just real weird how how I'm assuming this is Mary that you're talking about, Yanni. It's just weird how she has conversations with people. It's not normal. Um, oh, Steven says he doesn't think Mary knows who she is.
Hmm.
And Tracy says she acts like an only child that is never around others and raised in the basement of the church until she married grandpa husband. Oof, Tracy.
But it's interesting because if we believe what was said before the season with these interviews that her family was doing, like she was away,
What do you
like
mean away, away?
like allegedly in rehab or something.
Oh, yeah, I heard that she had some struggles.
Yeah, some real struggles. So I don't know.
Uh,
It's just she's interesting. Like her reactions are just don't seem proportionate sometimes. Like sometimes like it's interesting that she's spot on. When she's spot on, she's really good. But when she's off, it's just completely off the rails.
mm-hmm,
Which doesn't which for us, at least for me, I'll put it that way. I'm like, what? Who are you really? Like, which one is you? I know we all have different sides, but these are very extreme sides, and I would like to know where they're coming from.
honestly, I think Mary needs, when you first send kids like to the nursery, was it preschool and stuff like that, and especially like only kids, um, only children, and they're sent to preschool for the first time, and they don't know what to do with themselves this first time that they're in a social group or something like that. It takes a while for them to get adjusted. I'm wondering if
Mm-hmm.
that's what's happening with Mary.
Mm, could be, but she's had 2 years, like year and a half or so. Like get into it.
But can she though? If she's so used to giving orders, can she be on an even ground with these other women when she's so used to being superior to everybody else?
Hmm.
She's not a young girl.
Yeah.
You
Good point.
know, was it old dogs can't learn new tricks or something like that?
Right. You can't teach
It's
an
gonna
old dog
take
new
a
tricks. Yeah.
while. Yeah, it's gonna take a while for her to realize I'm not dictating to these women. They're not part of my congregation.
Mhm.
Um, okay, so Yanni says, I still think the reason Lisa invited Whitney to her son party was for her to have the con with, I guess, the conversation with the cousins. And when that didn't work, Meredith had to do it. It was a setup. Meredith is not an actress. Oops.
True.
I get the feeling that Lisa needs to be the most important friend to Meredith. She
She
doesn't want
does.
Meredith to have other friends.
Not other close friends. Acquaintances are
Right.
fine.
But they just can't get too close.
Right.
Um, okay. Isn't Mary's whole family estranged from her? I think they are, except
Yeah.
for the few cousins that clean her house. Uh, she was a wild child, a bit loose. Okay, so what oh, Lisa, not Lisa. Yeah, Lisa Barlow flips out again at this same luncheon regarding who she did and didn't invite to the werewolves charity thing for foster children.
Oh, the Fresh Wolf event. Yeah.
Whatever it's called. Don't care. I her freakouts are epic though.
She does not care where she flips out either. She loses all consciousness, and it's hilarious to me.
For someone who's trying to manipulate the narrative so much in this show, I think you need to get yourself together when people ask you questions, though.
Right.
Like you can't be going from 0 to 1,000 like this just because people ask why. Ay, ay, ay.
And I don't, my thing is this: like, why are you? I guess if I weren't invited to something, I wouldn't care personally. Like, why didn't you invite me? I mean, Jen, you went to the photo shoot and took it over. What are you talking about? That was your time to shine. On Fresh Wolf's dime. You know, you came in with the wolf heads and you took over the photo shoot. What more do you want?
Mm-mm.
Just asking, just asking. Because I'm like, how did she get into the photo shoot? Like, does she work for Fresh Wolf? Is she like an ambassador? Because board of directors? Because why is she in the photos?
Well, I think Lisa invited her there, one, because she knew she wasn't inviting her to the event, and
Agreed.
two, to drop that nugget with regards to the former dressmaker that she cussed out, and with Whitney to keep Whitney on the
Mhm.
outs with Jen, or to get Whitney on the outs with Jen, so that she could sever Whitney later.
Oh, speaking about Whitney, didn't she contradict herself?
Why? When?
Because remember, she said, no, we didn't send him gifts. We will do no collabs.
Hmm.
But if you want to buy some products, that's fine.
Hmm.
But we wouldn't, and he give us promotion, that's fine. But we wouldn't be sending you any free products. But she never mentioned him buying the products.
But she said we're not sending you free product.
But he got products though. That's the
He
thing,
could buy.
right? But she never said he bought the products. That's my point.
But if he wants to promote her,
Right. If he wants to
then
promote her,
yeah.
but she never said like, I never heard her say. Correct me if I'm wrong, I never heard her say like, I didn't send him products, and I never heard that he bought the products.
But she told her staff no free products. So therefore, he
So she
didn't get
told.
it for free.
Okay, so she just what she said. She said I told her that on the no. Okay, she did say I told her that on no conditions to send him free products. Is that what you? That's the part you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't directly through her. I'm like, huh? But okay, now I do. When I go back and think about it, you brought it. I'm like, okay, she just. I told my
Yeah.
team absolutely not. Okay, but it's
Right.
interesting. It's interesting that he would buy the products to promote her.
Well, if he's writing off of her name to get, to get
Mm.
ahead, like you can't, I guess you could stop somebody from buying your product.
Yep.
But if you're just starting a business and they're willing to buy your product, give me your money,
Right.
you know? Like she said, he could buy the product to promote it. Go ahead. But we're not doing any collabs. And I'm not giving you nothing free.
Right. And I like the fact that Jen did call Lisa out. Lisa needs to learn how to manipulate better. She's terrible.
It's been my problem with her from the beginning.
She's so terrible.
I think she needs to go to the LVP School of Manipulation and Puppetry.
Yeah, she does. That was so terrible. Cause you shouldn't get called out like that easily. And you trying to say like I didn't mean it that way. I'm like, you lying. Yes, you did. You meant it exactly the way you presented that mess.
Oh, and Lisa is so epic. She threw her kids on the bus. It was my kids' invitation list. What? Okay, let's blame your two children who are hopped up on sodas and fast food. See here at church. Yep.
That was sad. That was
What
so
else
sad.
happened at that luncheon?
Oh, let's see. We covered the Mary Whitney situation. We covered Lisa going off on the other girls for the invitation conversation. Whitney and Jen had their conversation. Lisa tried to lie her way to I didn't mean it that way. That's not the way I meant it. No, we saw what you did. You was trying to throw Whitney under the bus. You definitely excuse me, you definitely were. We covered that, and then we covered Whitney and
Oh,
Meredith's
that Mary
conversation.
didn't even invite Jenny. Damn.
Well, I mean, we knew that though,
Mary
because
is just so
but they
cold
just got in a
blooded.
fight, and Jenny didn't care because her and her kids made yogurt.
I think it's a struggle for me. Like, Jenny is filling the Mary spot from last season. We're just seeing random snippets of her.
Hmm.
Ugh. Um, let's see. Meredith is doing this Vale House trip, but it seems like she's enlisting Heather to be the co-hostess of the trip and having Heather do all of the work and that she doesn't want to do, like dealing with the people she is still not comfortable with dealing with, namely Jen.
Hmm.
um, Heather is just getting into this. She's so excited. Heather's a girl I could be friends with.
Because she's easy.
She is. She is. Um, what did wait? Speaking of Heather, she met with a cousin or a niece of hers. It was a niece, right?
It was a niece and her husband. Yeah.
Right. She met with them for like a luncheon, and Caroline and Dean, I think their name was. They like during the lockdown, they started really thinking about Mormonism and started really questioning it. See, when you have too much times on your hand, and decided that it wasn't for them. Um, and we also see parts of this where Heather, she admits to her shortcomings while she was a Mormon and how she
Hmm.
would look down on other people. And then she described the three levels of rejection or something like that.
Yeah,
Like
Of Mormon, whatever.
she's below Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yes.
Seriously?
Yeah, 'cause you have the celestial, the terrestrial, the other person with Jeffrey Dahmer, and she's in outer darkness.
The outer darkness killed me.
I'm like, well, damn, you're in the void.
Oh my god. It's that's all in their religion, like for real, for real.
Yeah,
Doesn't it have like shades of what's Tom Cruise religion? The
Scientology.
Scientologist?
Yeah,
It's like that's weird. That's weird. That's weird. That's weird. Do you think Mary? Okay, so do you think Mary look? Wait, tip the cops because Mary looked like she wasn't going on the trip. Well, you could say the same thing for Meredith because Meredith is also flying in to meet them uh,
right.
due to some conflict with something that was going on with her family. Um, Mary just seemed like she didn't get up in time, so she was just going to fly up there, or she didn't want to be on the same bus for all of those hours with Jenny or any of these other women. She's not very social. And she doesn't like being uncomfortable either. So those two were very suspicious in their absence. Um,
It seemed kind
okay.
of like a setup.
Yes.
Like you just happen to have a thing with your dad's memorial exactly when you know um this trip was happening. No, it just seemed very convenient.
Yeah, it was. It was. And then something went through my head with regards to Mary because, she has her own issues. Um, what if she thought it was for her? Like maybe she got tipped off that the popo was in town or something. Maybe she thought it was for
Right.
her. I don't know. I just go off on tangents with this show, honestly. All right, the scene with Jen and Stuart snowshoeing. and talking about spending quality time together because it's something that her therapist says she needs to do. And she sacrificed her time with her kids due to her businesses. And she's trying to make a point now to be with her son Omar. And she appreciates that Stuart has stuck with her and that he's very loyal. Every scene with her and Stuart, I just cringe. I just cringe. Ay, ay, ay.
They're just. I mean, I'm like, you spend more time with Stuart than your family.
Yes.
That's just what. That's just what I took from it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What's up with Mary perpetrating with the apron gift bags? Child, that
That was
was
hilarious.
a mess. And Heather there is so excited, going, "Oh my God, we got Louis Vuitton aprons." And Mary in her confessional, "Why would I give them Louis Vuitton aprons? Really? It was just a bag." But I had to laugh at it because I've done that. I've given something in a shopping bag that didn't necessarily come from the shopping bag store. I've done that.
Yep.
I just never thought it would have shown up on a TV show, but whatever.
Right.
Um, how many furs does Jen have? Did you
Too
see that
many.
ugly Italian flag themed fur trimmed monstrosity she showed up on the Vesta to the Italian cooking class? Oh God Almighty. Let's see what else happened. Um, what else happened? Do you want to just get to the bus?
I think so. Like we kind of knew this was gonna happen though. We knew that this was we were gonna get some filler, maybe a little. I mean, the Mary's lunch was interesting. That was a great scene. And then we can just go right to the Vespa to be completely honest, or the mobile coach or whoever they riding on. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but we didn't really need some of the other fluff, but we got it.
Mm-mm. Hold on. I'm just trying to get there. Ugh.
Number.
Okay. So it's 3 days after this disastrous cooking school. Um, and this is when Meredith tells Heather that I guess she is going to meet them at the house. Um, it was nice to see Coach walk in for a few minutes,
Hmm.
make sure that she leaves, I guess. I don't
But here's the
know.
thing. Did you notice the? Okay, here's the thing with me. Did you notice the way he walked in and the way he spoke? I was like, damn, you just really don't want to be there. That's the way I took it. That's the way I saw it. I mean, I can't help it.
Have
Like
I
he was
not
just
been
like,
saying this? It's time
like
away
I
from
was just
his
like,
real family.
I was just like, like he is just like, mm. But see, he would try to say something, and then and she would cut him off. He's like, you know what? I'm good. I'm like, wow.
Mm-mm.
Mm. Nope. That was just all to me. That was just all bad. It was all bad because I could see like he's just over it. In my opinion, the way I see it, he's over it. He's tired of her. He's only showing up to fulfill that contract, and he's got to go. She really worked his nerve.
Yeah, yeah. He was just so disinterested. He was like, "See, I don't
Yeah.
even want to be bothered with your packing." She had the other assistant there. I can't remember
Mhm.
that assistant's name. Assistant
Marilla.
52. And I want you to remind me when we get to the phone call scene, right?
Mhm.
Because you're going to bring up his name, Assistant 52. Because I found it very interesting during the phone call scene. Um, all right, so they're at the back of Heather's med spa, and they're all gathering to get on the bus. Um, Whitney comes, Lisa comes, Jenny. Jen, she rolls up. Everybody rolls up with all of this luggage. They have a separate car for the luggage. My
For two
God.
days. Two
It
days, mind
is
you.
2 days. Oh my God. Um, and of course, Lisa shows up with her nasty vodka, tequila, whatever it was, showing off her product placement.
Good job,
Um,
Lisa. Get that product placement in. Make sure you donate. Oh, keep making sure you donate on camera.
oh my God. Um, oh look, poor Whitney arrives with a shot ski. Really? Um, Jenny arrives with the most ridiculous pair of shoes, but okay, girl. Um, and okay, so she really did say that it took 2 hours to do her hair in those box braids. Okay,
Yeah, I'm like you starting off this trip lying.
okay, girl, but whatever. Um, so she's on the bus, poor Jen, and she gets this call, and you can walk us through the rest of it because I just think it's ridiculous. And I did not go back and watch it. I did not have time. Sugar.
Well, she got the call. Well, the way here's the thing for me. It was interesting that she got the call, and then that camera just was Johnny on the spot with that camera. And we've never
Oh,
seen that. We've never seen the. I've never seen the camera crew like that visible jumping into a scene.
okay. So I did rewatch that in order to get the thumbnail. I did rewatch that part. Okay, so what it was, they were still doing the setup on that bus for the rigged cameras. And then I guess one
Got
cameraman
it.
was going to be on the bus with them. So once the guy was finished adjusting the cameras that were attached to the roof of the bus,
Uh
he
huh.
went off. And then the handheld camera guy came on and he was still testing because a lot of those shots were blocked. It was really weird because like there was one shot that I wanted of Jen where like her eyes were like looking up and I couldn't get it because the whole front of the camera took up 2/3 of the screen, and it was
So
just her face in a little small square. It was
so
just
they were
ridiculous.
so they were literally still setting up for the scene like while
Yeah, they were trying to get all of the angles
oh
from the install cameras, and then they had to bring in the handheld guy to get his position so he could see all the ladies down the bus. And so
let's
when
say
she
what you
went
mean
outside, that's when he hopped off because he must have noticed that they turned off her mic pack.
right because she said it turn this
And they
off
probably said, go outside and get what you can get. Something's going wrong, And so they want to get that. And they still got the rigged cameras inside to catch the other ladies in the bus.
and then she did not put that phone on speaker either. That's another thing that they wanted to because she broke a rule. She never put that phone on speaker because any phone calls taken on camera have to be on speaker so they can catch
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah. So it was just quick thinking on all of their part to try and outmaneuver her turning off the mic pack and then not putting it on
Hmm.
speaker.
Got it.
Um,
I'm like
I
that was
don't
some
know.
that, I'm like that's some damn good timing for you to just jump on the bus exactly when she got that phone call. I'm like, excuse you? But
He
okay, now
was,
that you've explained it, now that you've
yeah.
explained that they were literally still setting up when she got the call. It wasn't like
Mhm.
it was production set her up, which is my assumption.
No, no. It was a mess. It was a mess. They were literally still adjusting all of their cameras and trying to figure out where that cameraman was going to sit on that ride.
Yeah.
And child, that was a mess. That was a mess.
Yanni says, but I
Um,
bet Jen news was coming. She reacted too fast, asking to turn off the mic. Yeah, she did. Here's the reason why, in my opinion. You're not going to be able to tell me that Jen being defended like number 12 and you're the last one, which means if you're number 12, that means 11 people before you then got arrested. So you're not gonna tell me not one person didn't couldn't get a hold of you and talk about, look, girl is going down. You're not gonna be able to tell me that.
Hello, your
11,
business is shutting down. As they catch people or
correct.
indict people, I'm sure that they close down that part of the operation. And I'm sure that everybody has taken a plea deal. And if you take a plea deal, that means you're ratting out somebody. You the last one left.
Let's see. Yanni says, Jamal, do you think producers knew feds were coming and they were stalling to catch on camera? I think. Okay, this is Bravo. Like excuse me. Like I said, 11 people in front of her got arrested. I'm sure someone tipped them off.
Do you think that they could have contacted the production team in order to secure footage or at least get an agreement for footage? Oh, Jamal might have a little coughing fit.
Mm,
I
sorry
don't
about
know.
that. Yeah,
Hey, you okay?
yeah. Just it was just like ugh. But
Oh.
anywho, sorry about that. But I do think someone. I think production knew. I really do because where they were. So they're at Heather's Met. They were behind Heather's Med Spa, right?
Yes.
Like unless you have a tracker on Jen Shaw, pretty much only production and the cast would know where they would be at a certain time because they went to the house first. That's the way it plays out. That they went to the house first. Depending who would be able to tell them, like, oh, they're at this place, and they made a beeline there.
Well, look, it was Sharif who called her. That was the name that I think I saw on the phone, in my opinion. Right? So I saw somebody mention in the chat, probably coach told her to turn off the mic. I think he was telling her, look, these people was just here at the house. Um, I had to tell them where you are. They are coming your way. Don't carry on like how you normally carry on. Just talk to the people and follow instructions and do what they say. And in her head, she took that and she said, okay, assistant 52, because assistant 52 was still there. She got back into the pickup truck that she came in. Assistant 52 was still there.
Mm-hmm.
And they drove off. She ignored. I feel Sharif called her and was trying to give her a coach pep talk and say,
Right,
look, put on your big girl panties.
but
Don't act
still,
a fool. These people
mm-hmm.
have guns.
But still, the thing is though, Coach wouldn't know exactly where she was.
Yeah, because they all knew the pickup spot.
Yeah, that was the plan. Someone told them exactly where they'd be,
I think it
and
was
at what time.
Coach. I think it was
You
Coach.
you think Coach riding her out?
I don't think Coach is going down for her. He got another family to protect, in my opinion.
And
Um,
then
Coach, they came to the house. Coach was still there because he was probably locking up, getting ready to head out. And they said, where is she? They searched the house because they probably had search warrants. Make sure she wasn't there. And he said, I told you she's at Med Spa, getting ready to go on the girls' trip. Here's the call sheet. This where she's supposed to be. I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. So help me God and
and then
Allah.
Yanni made a very good point here. The producer and the cameraman did not act surprised.
Well, I think at this point they're all accustomed to. They probably have emergency procedures in place for when a housewife gets arrested. Okay.
Not emergency procedures.
Yes. And basically, quite honestly, if NYPD, Homeland Security Investigations, and feds show up in like full on kitted outfits and guns, I'm gonna try to be as calm as possible. Don't look in my direction. Like I'm not engaging. If you ask me something, I will answer you, but I'm just going to be right here. No sudden moves. Thank you very much. That's it. That's it. I was listening to somebody else this morning, and they were saying, the white woman of it all when Heather just jumps off of that bus and starts asking, "What's going on?" I was
That was
like, "Oh my
hilarious.
god!"
That was so funny. She wanna know exactly what's going on.
And like me, I'd have been like, I don't want nothing to do with this. Not me. I didn't see anything. Jen, who? I don't know her. All of that. Not me. Oh, frozen. Let me not just relax and. Yes, Yanni, I would be scared shitless. I really would. That was a whole armada that showed up there for just one little itty bitty woman in braids. That was a lot, y'all.
It really was. Like she was public enemy number one.
Like I would have need to borrow one of my mama's Depends. Honestly, like that was a lot. I don't like to see that many officials of the law converging in one place. Makes me nervous. Not that I've done anything, but just in general, it makes me nervous.
Because you don't know who might be trigger happy.
For real?
Just
Oh
saying.
Lord. Yes, Tracy. I don't know her. Who's that? Where'd she come from? How she? I thought she was just delivering like snacks. Ain't she with a crew? Mm, you would have to pull that footage. Oh, that's who it is. I'm sorry. I was so shook when all of you showed up with your guns.
Right, exactly. And Heather wants
Yeah,
to play roving reporter and get all the details.
child, the white woman of it all. Go ahead, Heather. You go and do what some of us can't. I
So
just
me,
couldn't.
me, I'm gonna sit right. I'm gonna sit right on. I'm just gonna sit right on that bus and play Words with Friends while they sort it out.
Child, I would be sitting there rocking. Oh Lord, when is this gonna be over? Oh Lord. I haven't gotten to this ripe old age to go down like this. Who, what, when, where, why, how does not apply. Let let them go. Let them go. Ends up with Fed saying we just want to make sure Jen is okay instead of saying they were coming to get her. Well, they probably didn't want to alarm the women.
Right. That's what it was. They weren't trying
Um,
to alarm them.
and what if, there was the issue if she went off and did something to herself because she had to have known this was rolling down the pipe? The Jeffrey Epstein of it all. She might think she's too pretty for prison. Oh, so Steven says that they always say that. Ooh, not
I
the
didn't know
fake
that.
concern.
I did not know that.
Oh, Dog the Bounty Hunter says that too. I haven't watched that show in such a long time. But also in a real scenario, showed up with guns blazing. That's their way. They, but if they're, I don't think they perceived a threat with a bunch of women going on a girls trip. Like I don't think they would need to come in guns blazing. Like if they came in with their guns out of their holsters and like you seen the red light coming, that would have been team too much. And besides, there's a film crew there. Lisa was real chill on that bus and she was giving instructions. When Heather said, "Oh, should I call Jen?" She was like, "I wouldn't, or I don't think you should. I'm going to
Right.
call Stu."
That
What?
was right.
Lisa. Oh, Lisa. But wasn't Stu already arrested? It makes the family spill quicker. Oh, Lord. Saying that because they thought, oh, that they were hiding her? Did any of them go on the bus to check and see if she was hiding in one of the seats? Mm-mm-mm. Child, it was just a mess. It was really good, and I like the fact that they just didn't give us a like a hint of it and then make us wait till next week for it. They showed the whole thing with her leaving and then the Fed showing up. Like they gave us that whole scenario. I love it. So then next week is the bus trip.
I don't expect she lied on her husband though.
Yeah, with
You
that,
don't do stuff like that.
yeah, you putting it out into the universe. Oof. Well,
Pick something else.
mm-mm-mm.
Maybe like a piece of your roof fell in. Something trivial. You don't do that to your husband.
I guess
Mm-mm.
it was the first thing that came to her mind because it was him who called. And maybe he had to go to the doctor recently, so she just embellished on it. Because didn't he start back working within this season? Like
Mhm. He should
his
have.
yeah. So maybe he had to go to the doctor or something like that, and then she just made up the rest because it was like sort of true, but a whole lot of not true.
I'm not sure if you saw this. This is hilarious. Lisa was so chill though. She kept pushing Heather to do everything. She didn't once uncross her legs or remove her glasses. Chill the whole time. Like
Mm-hmm.
she had got a heads up.
There was a snapshot of her looking as sedate as ever, and she's saying, "Oh my god, I want to vomit." Not that like what you're
Mm.
saying doesn't correspond with the blankness that is you.
Right. We need you to do better.
About putting the husband. Yeah, Tracy, that was kind of shady putting the husband in the lie, but she's trying to think quick. She's a rat cornered. Um, you know, it is what it is. Um, she lied. Oh, okay. Jen lies easily. We've seen it before. She lied to excuse her bad behavior. It takes a huge liar to scam people like that. Oof.
It does.
Yeah.
But this is a good
Well,
episode. I mean,
yeah.
like again, they could have cut out most of the episode, but I'm fine with it because it wasn't like you said, it wasn't a teaser. They gave us the whole thing.
Yes, that's the only saving grace for this episode. Um, let's see. Did we get everything?
Yeah, we did. This was such a good episode.
Okay, y'all. Let us know your thoughts. I'm interested to see y'all's feedback on the arrest of it all. You know, I can't wait to see. See, this is why I wanted the arrest to be mid-season, so you can see the deterioration of the friendships, like how this situation with one person in the friend group impacts everybody else, and
Hmm.
who's suspicious of who, and who starts pointing fingers, and like Meredith might have, dropped the dime on her, or was it Mary? Like, I want to see the total breakdown of this friend group. Oh, excuse
Bless
me,
you.
sorry. Yeah, so that's what I want to see. I want to see the fallout, the aftermath of the arrest. And even if we don't see her like actually turn herself in, all we get is her coming out of the building.
Hmm.
It's still something.
Yeah.
And I want to see her explain herself. I want to see her like actually describe what her business is. I want her to make it make sense.
It won't.
That's all. This episode should have been 15 minutes. Really? The whole bus scene was more than 15 minutes, though. Plovy. Um, Heather sticks with Jen, believe it or not.
Hmm.
Heather, I don't know why her allegiance is so strong to Jen. I just don't. Jen is not a true friend. She isn't.
Mm-mm.
Um, Clearly explain herself. LOL, good luck with that. Oh, Trey, so true. So true. Steven. Clink clink. Oh, Jen. The Mary scene was a waste.
Oh,
Well,
quick question. When does the new 90 Day start? Has it started yet?
there's a new 90 day.
Remember the dude with the homeless model?
Uh,
Has the new
no.
90 Day started yet? You guys?
I
Remember
don't know.
we talked about the new. It's all new couples, and we could pick the scammers out right away. And one guy he was homeless, and then he became a model, and we think he's being scammed by some Colombian girl.
Okay.
Oh, because we were wondering like why are they picking on Michigan this year? Three of the people are from Michigan.
Tracy says it didn't start yet.
Okay,
Wasn't that starting like 17th or
no,
18th? Like mid-month?
was it 17? I'm trying to find it. Uh,
So the second reunion was yesterday. Oh. So maybe it's starting this weekend.
yeah, what to look out for because I'm not
What's this
seeing.
weekend? I don't even know.
Me
Hold
neither.
on. Ugh, I lose track of the days. Hold on.
Because it says season five
Hmm.
of 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days premieres on TLC December 12th. Is that the one we're talking about? I think that's the one we're talking
December
about.
12th.
Let's see what this is. Hold on a second. Let me double check.
It's the fifth.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, December 12th.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's Ben and Mahogany. He was the one who was homeless and then became a model.
So are we watching that?
Yeah, because they're all new, and this is gonna be hilarious. You can see the scamming right away,
I
and
don't
then
know.
it's cool because there's one couple. They were friends of Caleb and Alina. She's a little person,
Hmm.
and they met on a. They were social media friends as teenagers, and they were connected on a dating app.
Oh, Yanni, the Caribbean one that's coming on TLC now was the one that was on Discovery Plus that we reviewed. I said I was supposed to reissue
Yeah,
those
you're gonna re up.
things. Ugh, I have to figure out how to do that. When did it start on TLC? Was it on Monday? Oh,
I think that's what you said. I think.
maybe I can just post something in the community tab. I don't know.
Yeah, the single. Yeah, there's one coming soon. Like the single life. I know is starting again.
Hmm. Isn't
My
that
more.
where Deb is on it?
Yeah, someone she has a high sex drive now. Like, what? I did not need to hear that. Didn't even know.
Well, Deb has always alluded to being a little bit of a hoe. I mean, she didn't know
True.
Colt's dad too long before she married him. Like she moved in and married him or something. She lived a good life.
Yeah. I mean, if she can get it, go ahead.
Yep. All right. So I think we have beat this dead horse. Any final thoughts, my friend?
No, we're good. Like another good episode. I hope they keep this going. I want to see everything. I want her to see going into the courthouse. I want to see her coming out of the courthouse. I want to see if Sharice shows up to the courthouse. I want to see all that. No, no
I
Sharice.
didn't. No.
No Sharice. Okay.
Well, was he with her when she came out?
That's what I want to see. We only saw like pictures. I want to see like the full footage.
No. He did his job. He called her. He tried to talk with her, tried to do the coach pep talk, and she
No,
ran.
right. The feds are coming for you, so just stay calm. I can
Hmm.
see him. I can see him saying that. It's the feds. It's okay. Just stay calm.
Just stay calm and answer all of the questions the
Mm-hmm.
best of your capability. Just answer. You have nothing to be scared of. It's okay. They were here. They were fine. Just do what I say. Okay, Sharif. Click. Assistant 52, start up the car. Let's go. That's what she did. I wonder if he got in trouble for that.
Well, technically no, because she didn't know they were coming. So you can't flee a scene if you don't know it's a scene.
But she does know that they're coming because Sharif gave her the heads up.
Well, but it's not a scene until she gets there, until they get there. Now if they were driving up and she could see them, then that would be fleeing the scene. But she left before they got there.
Mm. Mm. Okay. All right. So what are we doing tomorrow? We're doing I Love a Mama's Boy tomorrow. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. And I think this was the season finale.
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. I'm watching it today.
Oh, good Lord. Well, remind me to post that. Today's going to be a long day for me. So if you see a certain time go by tonight and I haven't posted it, just shoot me a quick text, okay?
Okay. All right.
All right. So, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Jamal, until next time.
But of course.
All righty.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.